Good morning, Chester County. This is Bipin Chandriani, your host of Small Biz Spotlight and realtor with Coldwell Banker Preferred in Exton. Today, I have with me Laurie Ryan, president of Exton Region Chamber of Commerce, to talk about why it is so important more than ever to support local small businesses. This pandemic has affected worldwide businesses from small to large people, and it, it is very important for us to support local businesses because we as a community can do this to help each other. So, Laurie, thank you very much for joining us today.
Hi, Bipin. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here. Last time I think I was on your program, I had gray hair down to here. And luckily, we were able to have some businesses open for a while so I could get my hair done again. But unfortunately, we're sitting here now at the end of 2020 in a similar situation with shutdowns. And I appreciate the opportunity to talk about why it's important to buy local and support local. I don't know if everybody's aware. As a matter of fact, a chamber life is not my background, so I learn more every day about even the state of Pennsylvania. But I don't know if people realize that more than 1 million small businesses are in Pennsylvania, and they employ 2.5 million people. And without those small businesses, that represents so much. 46% of all Pennsylvania employees are employed by small businesses. So it's critically important that we support them. And right now we see a lot of salons and merchants and restaurants and health clubs and museums struggling because of COVID, obviously, and they're not able to be open to the level that they might have been able to in the past. But it's so much more than just the harm to that business. It's so much more to just the harm of those employees that work for that business. But it's really the whole community that suffers when we don't have these storefronts and these services. Each one of them has an accountant, has an HVAC person, has someone cut their lawn. They all pay taxes to the state and local and federal that supports all of our services, our roads, our hospitals, our schools. Like, for instance, the Exton Mall, I think, is the biggest contributor to Westchester area school district. If it's not here, if there's not businesses open, it really affects all of our community. And I don't think we always think that, that the printer, the local printer, is affected by the restaurant not being open or not being able to where it should be. But I challenge us all. I mean, I think we've all been there where we've ordered from Amazon or decided to not support a local restaurant because it's easier to go to maybe, I don't know, wherever. But when you do that, it's really important to consider all the people in your community that are affected by the loss of jobs. And I'm just going to pick out the restaurant industry for the moment. In Chester County, there are 1,500 restaurants that serve food, 24,000 employees. Okay, if they either have to shut down, temporarily or for good, that's 24,000 people just in Chester County that are affected by this shutdown. How can we help as we wait for people much smarter than me trying to influence the governor and the assembly to reconsider? Because honestly, if you look at anything from the PRLA or any kind of studies, there are so many more people getting COVID from private gatherings than from 25% open in a restaurant. And so besides that, what we can do is support our restaurants, the ones that are open, that have takeout, support our health clubs, buy gift cards, our salons who can only have 40% people in at a time, and they have to stagger. Buy gift cards, buy product. Think outside the box of how you can help your community and the small businesses in the community. And honestly, we are all, I think I said this back in May and June, we are all in this together, but we're all going to fall together if that local restaurant or merchant or health club isn't able to exist, or axe throwing place, or wall gym, or YMCA. So let's all think of ways at this time. And I know some of you are probably struggling. It's 10 months is a long time, or 9 months is a long time to be going through this. But if you're able to, and you can spend a couple more dollars to support a local community business, you're helping not only a lot more small businesses, but their employees and our whole region. So I really appreciate you helping me with this. We at the Exton Chamber have a lot of small business members. We are doing a buy local program just for the month of December. Anybody that sends in information are a honorary member for the month. So please, I encourage you to visit that. I also encourage you to visit a lot of the Facebook pages for Westchester restaurants and what's out there. These small businesses have been thinking outside of the box for so long, investing money to have people to be able to eat outside or inside safely or shop safely. Let's support them back at this holiday season and look for vaccine in 2021 and improved economic health, because the economic health isn't just about rich people getting richer. It's about everybody in a community. And I also would like to encourage any small business out there. Chester County has a wonderful website called restorechestercounty.org. And they have just recently put strategic action steps for 21 industry sectors to help us get through this time. So definitely look at restorechestercounty.org. And please, it's a simple ask, wear a mask. Let's get rid of this whole thing and get back to normal. Thank you, Bipin, for having me today.
Thank you, Laurie. As you said, each small business feeds off the other. Like in an office building, when people go for lunch, they are helping restaurants. They are buying newspapers and a lot of other supplies. So,
or a dry cleaner, okay?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
If you're not going to work, you're not getting your clothes, cleaned, or really anything you see in a strip mall. We all feed off of each other. So it's really not just whoever is most highlighted.
Absolutely. And then, as you said, restaurants need to print their menus and get their supplies. And when the restaurants are open, there are other people being supported who are delivering the food. Right. So there's a lot of people. When one business is hurt, there are a lot of other businesses that are either supplying to that business or help deliver and distribute the products. Everybody is affected.
Hotels, we have so many wonderful hotels in the area, or venues that have weddings and things. And overnight, they went from weddings that could be 50 people to now having 10 people, and that affects the wedding planner, the florist, the beer distributor. It's everybody, and every one of those people not only have families to feed, they have employees' families to feed, and they also have taxes to pay that are not being paid that will help services in the region. And so I just, sometimes you think of business organizations or businesses as being greedy and not caring, but we do care. These restaurants that have stayed open, or health clubs, or florists, it's not because they're being greedy. They're not making any money. They are doing this because they love what they do. They have that entrepreneurial spirit, and they're contributing in so many ways. So, yeah.
And as you said, Exton, take Exton Mall as an example.
Mm-hmm.
There are hundreds of stores and businesses that are working out of that. They are not only employing people, they are serving to thousands of consumers, and they are paying taxes.
Right.
Those taxes are what helps homeowners in that community pay lower taxes.
Right.
Just,
And I think the mall is an example, because I've been here now for 5 years and seen how a lot of stores have been leaving. And I get, especially around this time of year, this year, I have my door locked because of COVID. But people would come in and say how sad they were that there were so few stores still open in the mall. And I don't want our community of the Exton region to be like, people say, oh, where did those stores go? Or in our strip malls or our businesses, and all we have is Amazon. I don't want that to go away. And empty spaces and people losing their leases or losing their properties because they can't pay their mortgage or their tax. So it's more than just, the mall is an example, not of just the mall, but an example of what happens when stores leave an area and how it gets to be discouraging.
right. And over the last couple of years, the owner of the mall, Sprite,
Mm-hmm.
they had announced that they did not want to be just a shopping center.
Mm-hmm.
They want, and they have been repurposing the mall to bring in entertainment, medical offices,
Right.
and they built the apartment complex there. So they are
I think in a couple of years, this corner, this crossroads is going to be unbelievable. I think 2020 kind of put a little
bricks.
wrinkle in the plans, just like everybody else's
Yeah,
plans. But again, we all have to support who is in the community so that we can, maximize this beauty that we have in the Exton region.
Absolutely. And again, as we all make that special effort to buy local, to support local restaurant, support local businesses, that is how we will all survive. Otherwise, uh, it is definitely going to affect the community as a whole.
Right. And you know what? As much as some days it seems very lack of hope, there is so much great spirit. There are so many people willing to give back, willing to help. I mean, even in the Exton Chamber, there's businesses that have paid for other people's memberships just because they knew they were having a hard time. There's people, raising and collecting money just for one family. It doesn't have to be, real big. It can just be something as simple as a smile or helping somebody with their day. So I do see that, and I think that's Chester County has a lot of great people in it, and I think sometimes we're just not aware, and it is easier to just buy on Amazon and have it the next day, when you could also order online from a local business or take takeout from a local restaurant and make a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great, Laurie. I really appreciate you joining me today, taking time off from your busy schedule. But here we are all in this together. We have to support each other, local businesses, and that was one of the reasons I decided to start this show way back in April, to bring in small businesses, spotlighting them, and letting the community know, hey, it is all here. Mm-hmm. Why should we be looking elsewhere? So uh, and then we bring this show every Saturday at 10 o'clock. And I appreciate that we were able to do it today
I am
because we are not
too.
available on
I know. I'm
Saturday.
actually bringing. I'm actually going to be ringing the Salvation Army bells
Right,
on Saturday to celebrate a friend of mine's birthday. That's what she wanted to do. So
right.
we're gonna, and we've collected toys for the Salvation Army and Toys for Tots with
Uh-huh,
the Exton Chamber members. So
right.
there's always there's always a way to contribute, in one way or the other. And so I appreciate you being able to. To give me the opportunity today versus tomorrow.
Absolutely, and as you said, if you cannot support financially, give your time, and we just
Yeah,
have
I
to.
mean, make Christmas cards for people in nursing homes, or
Right,
I mean,
right.
there's all different kinds of ways, or share
Yeah,
a post from one of your salon
right,
or the restaurant. Share it, like it, comment.
right.
That goes a long way. Even if you can't buy something today, somebody else will if they know
Right.
about it.
Right, absolutely. Great, Laurie. Thank you very much, and
Thank
wish
you.
you a very happy holidays.
You
And
too. Be
and
safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year.
absolutely, I will too. Thank you. Have a good
Okay,
one.
thank you.
Sure.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.